I'm just backing the point that the two immutable things that God cannot lie is His holiness and His righteousness. So the first one is the righteousness. It says, seek first the kingdom of God and its righteousness.
Yes.
And all things will be added unto you. When I first met Christ in the wilderness, I asked Him, it doesn't make sense to me to tell me that I should not think of what I will eat today, but tomorrow will take care of itself. I said, but what are you talking about? I just spoke with Christ as father and son. Well, I was free. That's why the Bible is saying that unless you become like a child, you cannot enter into the kingdom of God. So you should be free to ask questions and punch holes. I asked question that I asked Christ that part I don't understand. It doesn't make sense to me that I have to wear something, I have to eat something, I have to drink something, and then you are saying that
you shouldn't think
the Gentiles. This is all what the Gentiles are doing. They are always looking for money today, and they don't think of tomorrow. But in this society and where we are now, money answers all things, according to Ecclesiastes chapter 10. Verse 18-19 is there. So if money answers all things, and then you are telling me that I should not think of what I will drink, what I will eat, what I will wear, where I will put my head. Even in our society in Ghana, now if you don't have a plot, they said you are useless. Even your wife will leave you. People are marrying now nurses and teachers and bankers, and because they've got money to purchase land and purchase buildings. So what is the Bible telling us? That don't think of what you
eat. Of what you eat tomorrow.
The three basic needs in the society or for human beings are shelter, clothing and food. Above that, maybe if you live well, then you can go above to a standard of living which you can coin for yourself as to buying excess. You understand? But the three basic needs, if you say I should not think of it, but I should seek first the kingdom and its righteousness. That is where I got the understanding that the 10% is the righteousness of God, is the fruit. The 10% is the fruitfulness of God. In other words, the pastors that have been sent as tax collectors, but I told you pastors are tax collectors, they are to go and take money and bless them and bring the money. These are the two functioning or areas of their duty call. You go, you take the money every Sunday or Saturday, and then you bless the people, that may the Lord give you strength, renew your spirit, go back again and then work for 6 days and bring the money into the storehouse. That is the work of a pastor. This duty call is the most easiest calling on earth. A pastor call is the most easiest and simplest.
Really?
You can't go wrong with it. Go and take money. If you like, go to GRA and ask them the principle of tax collection. They go and they knock at people's shop. They go and, what is your shop name? What is it? The taxes is this. You pay this. This is it. Then you take it and bring it to GRA. So if you have been sent by KMA or AMA to go and bring taxes, and you go and you do not bring the taxes back, you become an armed robber or a thief. In parenthesis. Otherwise, in Ghana, people wear coat and tie to steal government money, church money, and you judge a book by its cover. So you're thinking it is always the Rasta, those who have done their hair Rasta or dreadlocks, or their tattered jeans, wearing singlets and maybe some short things.
Shabbily dressed.
They are the people who are thieves and armed robbers. But I'm telling you, in this generation, armed robbers wear tie and coat, sit in churches, and then
offices,
and then extort money from people's pocket. Daylight robbery. The pastors do it. It started way from America.
Some of them.
All of them. You can't. You see, the reason it's all of them is according to Romans chapter 3, verse 19. It says, "Let all men be liars, and God be the truth, or the good one." You understand? So, to start with this question or this game, all men are lies. So if all men are lies, then God is the truth. Are you getting my point?
Okay.
And so now then those who say in their heart they are convicted and they are convinced that they are not lies, they should come out. So we can identify the evil ones. Jeremiah did it The Lord asked Jeremiah, if you study the book of Jeremiah, say, go and stand at the gate of Jerusalem. All the pastors, the elders, the kings, the governors, the presidents that are going into the house of Jerusalem, tell them that they are all liars. And stop them from going to the house of God. Otherwise, one day I will take the power from them. And the power was taken from them. And it was put in Matthew chapter 21. If you study from verse 33 coming. He says, I will take the kingdom from you because you are not bringing the fruit which comes to the 10%. So the pastors who are sent to go and bring the fruit has been hijacked
by
the so-called prosperity preachers and the institutional churches like Roman Catholic, Anglican, Pentecost, and all the prosperity preachers. Because the kingdom has been taken by violence. You ask me, this is where we are, the difference between the church and the kingdom. So if the church is a subset or it belongs to the kingdom and you have been asked to look for the money, now the kingdom has come, bring the money. You said there is no charity commission. Now we are pressing to put the charity commission on board because now the governor has appeared. I've got people who understand this kingdom. That's why I'm saying Kennedy Japan, Honorable, Misanda Wasibim, it's an eye-opening because Ghanaians don't learn. As they say, black people don't learn. So they don't study, they don't read. So why I say
but the pastors are supposed to teach them all this.
And now if I'm coming to steal from you, do I have to enlighten you? It's like lawyers. You know, lawyers, they don't do anything. When you have a case, you go to a lawyer, he takes all your documents and then asks you what is your palaba. If you say it is this and that, then say, okay, that's my chamber, that's my stamp. I can defend you, but I'm taking 10% first or 20% first. The case is 50-50. But he's lying because he knows that you don't know what you are about. And so maybe if you had your way out by yourself, you could have won the case easily without paying money to it. And that's why it's mentioned in Luke that you pastors have become lawyers and you have taken the key, which is the knowledge that was taken from Genesis chapter 3. So you have taken the key knowledge from the people. Jeremiah chapter 23 says, you are not entering the kingdom, and when people are entering, you also block them. So because of the people, I would say, uneducated in a way that they should be, that is what has rendered the church this way. But the pastors are not here to teach you because they are preaching for their belly. I get my point.
Yeah.
The pastors are not ready to toe the line for you.
Okay.
It's the same thing as I'm analyzing it or relating it to the lawyer. You understand?
Okay.
Because they are the army when it comes to the house of God. They are the lawyers. They are, so the fruit were to come to the house of God. And then the Lord said, I will take the power from you and give it to another nation. That's why in Malachi chapter 3 he said, a whole nation has robbed me in terms of the 10%. A whole nation. He didn't. So the 10% is not for one church.
It's not for one church.
No, it's a whole nation. That's why the finance minister takes over the taxation or the levy that has been collected from all the institutions that has to take taxation from the people. Because I've told you that in society or in sociology, there should be a taxation from the weak people or from the 90%, which is the majority, to discipline themselves. But you have to come out with lawmakers to go to parliament to make law to rule over it. That's why sometimes when they make the law, they are exception of the law. You understand?
Yeah.
But then they took the same principle from the Bible because it was Melchizedek who was the governor at the time in the house of Abraham, according to Genesis chapter 14, who set up the of God, that the world has stolen that concept. So Christ is the economist.
So banking started from the church.
It started from the church. That was the ideology of Christ. Of course, so that there will be money. That's Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. There will be money in the storehouse. So in those days, like I'm saying, King Solomon has his own government who look after their money.
Yeah.
Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
That's why he became the richest man, so to speak. Because once you set up the New Jerusalem kingdom, all royalties from any kingdom, from Zulu kingdom, Ashanti kingdom, Buckingham Palace, Yoruba, Netherlands, Denmark comes under the kingdom of God. But Ghana is fortunate to have the kingdom set on it. So we are not coming to take the place of political kingdom. No, political kingdom be linked to political religion.
Religion. Okay.
I've told you politics is religion.
So you are not going to take over the administration of the state.
No. It's got nothing to do with the kingdom of God.
Oh, okay.
No. See, that's why we need education.
Yeah.
So the fear that has come upon people is that they are melted and their hands have become very feeble. It was like when Joshua was crossing Jordan to take over Jericho. You know, that's why the harlot coded as Rahab.
Okay.
Came and said, no, all the men are now down because they have seen the power and the movement of God coming with a higher velocity to crash down the kingdom of Jericho. You understand?
Yeah.
So when they heard about the New Jerusalem kingdom, they know it's the second arrival of Christ, but it comes with a code. That's why I'm thanking Prophet Peter Namo to also have mentioned the code for Ghana.
Okay.
It's just that the kingdom of God is going to settle on Ghana. But we are not going to take any thing from Ashanti Kingdom, Gamanche, Oferipenyi in the eastern, those in the north, Oti region, Savannah region, western region, the Hunter. No, everybody stay in their own kingdom. Because, for instance, the holiness of God comes with the Sabbath. The reason that you can't take the kingdom from Ashanti Kingdom is that all the kings under him worship him on Tuesdays. That is their Sabbath day. If you go to Ashanti Kingdom, you can ask.
Yeah.
All the kings in Kumasi have to go to Menchia Palace to worship. That is their Sabbath day. Vatican has its Sabbath day as the Sunday. Queen Elizabeth has its Sabbath day as the Sunday.
Okay.
Muslims have their worship day
on Friday.
And the kingdom of God, the true believers who were waiting for the kingdom of God, know that Saturday, the seventh day, is the Sabbath of God. That brings his holiness. That is why he said he cannot compromise on these two immutable things. Otherwise, it makes him not who he is as the omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. You understand?
Okay.
So the two immutable things is blended into the righteousness and the holiness of God. Because the righteousness of God comes with the inheritance, and then the holiness of God comes with our heritage, where we come from, and the promises, and the lawgiver. Because Judah is the Lord over the Sabbath, and he becomes the lawgiver according to Genesis chapter 49 verse 10. You understand? So without Judah, which is Ghana is Judah, but Ghana is Judah as the nation which is accepting the Lord. But it is not by our own doing. That is why we should be very careful, because it is designed by the only architecture of the universe as the center of the earth. That's why he's coming, because it is his it is from the beginning his plan. You understand? Okay. So the old Jerusalem is not what we're talking about. Not because by inference we're saying that
the old Jerusalem that we know, the Israel that we know, this time round, in the second coming of God or Christ, Ghana is going to be the center of the earth. It is not that it's going to be. It is, because it's going to shoulder. It shoulders it still. It is the small, tiny nation in the midst of the whole world that shoulders the whole universe. So all the rest of the world will come and worship here. That is it. My first time I declared the New Jerusalem Kingdom in 2014 in Adom TV, I said that I'm going to build a very modernized house for Christ. The whole world will come. That's why in the case of Nana, I'm saluting President Nana Addo Dankwa, His Excellency. That's why the church that he's building there is just a tip of an iceberg. It's so tiny because it can't congregate. No, so I'm asking Nana, and then come up. The cathedral that Nana Addo intends to build. He's been criticized for it, but he is still on his feet. He's still standing on his authority that yes, he's going to build it. Is it something he is fulfilling, or is just a coincidence with your declaration?
Yes or no, because I've spoken about it already as is Nanado, His Excellency among the prophets. But you know, when John the Baptist was asked to go and preach about the kingdom of God, he went and spoke about or against Herod, who has killed his brother Philip and taken his wife Herodias. And then it was the queen became bitter and demanded the head of John the Baptist. All I'm saying is that politicians are good at promises and doing what they can do.
Okay.
I love when they come, I will build hospitals, I will build roads, I will build days, and they could not. And then they switch on to another politics. The greatest mistake, and I'm setting the record straight, which was part of God's understanding, was when Nanado said, "The battle is the Lord."
It was a mistake.
The greatest mistake. In other words, that is a blessing in disguise.
Okay.
Because a politician should not command the Spirit of God to come. You see, if you are doing politics, you stay in your area. And then you can convince the people. But if you use God's name, that is to say, it has already been triggered. And then you accelerated it.
So that declaration has triggered something. That's what you want to say.
Because I already declared Ghana as the New Jerusalem, and the battle is the Lord is upon King David's throne. That is the word of the Armageddon war.
So that was prophetic, or
it was prophetic. That's why I'm saying that His Excellency Nanado Dankwa also among the prophets. Like when Saul was going to rule over Israel, then Samuel has to come, and then people heard the blessing bestowed upon Saul and say, "Is Saul also among the prophets?" Because Saul hated the kingdom of Judah to rule.
Okay.
But then it was intent for Saul to rule first before the kingdom of God arrived. Let me give you the highest position in the church. Caiaphas. When you check this in John chapter 11.
Okay.
Caiaphas told the people that you people don't know the scriptures. Because it is written that one has to die for his own nation, and in that respect gather the whole people in the world to come under him. That was the prophecy of the kingdom of God. But don't forget that in John chapter 7, the same Caiaphas has sent officers and military people to go and take Christ to be killed. And Nicodemus, who had sneaked after the first Passover Christ did in John chapter 3, went to Christ and said, "Nobody can do these miracles or what you are saying, these dispensation things about the kingdom of God, or nobody can do it. But we know you are the saint." So, for instance, as I'm speaking, the pastors know that I'm the saint. They know.
Okay.
But we are all playing church politics. There is political politics in the world, but church politics, the pastors are playing. Are you getting my point?
All right.
So the Lord put the spirit in the mouth of the chief priest to say that you people don't know the scriptures, so you err. Okay. And they say, "What have we done?" He said, "But you don't know that." And the same thing happened to Peter when he said, "You are Christ, the Son of God."
Son of God.
And then Christ said, "No, this thing cometh not from any other man, but by
God,
which is my Father." And then it was direct. So the God of the universe, which is our Father, Elohim, put direct words in the mouth of Caiaphas to prophesy the kingdom, that it behooves Christ to die, and after that, gather the people of the world. The same thing Nanado has done, and I was clapping. That was why I'm saying it is a mistake. Otherwise, it is a mistake in disguise. In other words, the Lord put the words in him. Nanado has suffered. Maybe he has to rule in Ghana, though he will also have his stake in history. Yeah. But when he triggered the battle is the Lord's, that was the end of the New Jerusalem kingdom coming to Ghana. Because there is no president in this world who will stand on the pulpit to say the battle is the Lord. The battle is the constitution. Of course, Ghana, we rule by our constitution. Yeah. The battle cannot be the Lord's. If you call the battle is the Lord, then you are calling King David's throne on earth, which I have already gone to Greenwich Meridian to collect the kingdom, as the Lord gave me, that the battle is the Lord's. So it was all perfect. I clap for Ghana.
Okay, so that is Governor Anthony Akwesi Ajiman, yes, aka Governor AAA, and of course he is the sent the one who has declared Ghana as the New Jerusalem Kingdom, and that Ghana being the center of the world. At the right time, all the rest of the world will come and worship in Ghana. It's been wonderful coming your way this time around, and we believe that it has been very enjoying, very educative and insightful discussion this evening or today. And I hope that you meet us some other time for another wonderful edition. And it's going to be highly educative and insightful as it's been today. Governor, we thank you so much for your time and all the revelations, the insight, the education, the information. We can't wait for another episode.
That is the way it should be. I'm also thankful to you. You made that time for us. It's been wonderful, and God bless you. God bless, because this challenge is very key for the youth, and you are very energetic, and I'm happy about your courage that you've put in. You understand? So I'm asking all the foot soldiers, the youth, to rally around us, crusade around us for the battle of Armageddon, which is a peaceful stake as it is. It's not, when we say the battle of Armageddon, it is not a war between bloodshed, but it is why Ghana has to be the New Jerusalem Kingdom and separate from the political religion. You understand? And so that brings judgment, and judgment means correction. So the pastors and all the people who are afraid of judgment means correction. And you shouldn't be afraid of the word judgment, because without judgment there wouldn't be justice, and without justice there wouldn't be peace. Everybody is calling for peace, nobody is calling for justice. God bless you all, and I think I will make it another time in a different episode. God bless you all.
Okay, so you have the contacts below the screen. You can pick and contact Governor AAA for whatever questions you have for him. But next episode, we're going to ask so many mind-boggling questions that you need to know, that we all need to discuss and then get to know the truth and the way forward. My name is George Ado. We'll come again to you some other episodes. Thank you so much for watching us.
The money is not supposed to be put in their microfinances bank, and I insist, there is no commandment in this world, if not Ghana, that pastors are sitting now for radio presenters to use God's name throughout the day and mock our God. No radio presenter or TV presenter that has been called by Christ. They are journalists. They should stay in their vocation that the Lord has called them. Enough is enough by using the name of our God in vain. It's the reason why Ghana is sinking. I'm warning Ghanaians that Ghana is the New Jerusalem Kingdom, and nobody should be allowed to use the Bible to swear in any court, because you don't believe our God, which is King David's throne. We have come to stay. We are ruling the world. And my point is that it's been a time that Ghanaians should be enlightened that it is not what you believe that the Constitution of Ghana will allow you to swear on.